Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the mindsets that you need to have in order to change your life. And I'm being serious when I tell you mindset is everything. Life is not 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it and your mindset with it. So I'm gonna give you like some tips and tools and mindset shifts so that you can create your dream life and just change your whole life, make your whole life come true, make all your dreams come true. First thing I'm gonna say is a lot of the times when we want to build a nice life for ourselves, we focus on external things. Like we focus on money, we focus on vacations, we focus on bags, purses, all these things, which are nice. Don't get me wrong, they're definitely really nice to have, but they shouldn't be your main focus. Your main focus should be feelings. Chase feelings, not things, because we want to have things to feel something. Like all these things, money, vacations, cars, they're all vessels for us to feel a certain way. Because at the end of the day, life is just a collection of emotions. That's literally all it is. And we want to have these nice things to feel good emotions. Like if you think about a person who goes to a nice fancy restaurant, they're going there, why? Because they want to have like a nice aesthetic, they want to feel good, they want to feel bougie, they want to eat good food. Like they're chasing feelings. They want to feel bougie, they want to feel expensive, and they want to feel good. When you think of people who want to go on a nice vacation, they want to feel free, they want to feel relaxed, and they want to feel expensive. Like that's what they're actually chasing, the feelings. The same thing with nice cars or nice purses. Like they want to feel expensive, they want to feel like they made it, they want to feel bougie. That's what they want to feel. So it's like you can reverse engineer like your manifestations and your desires by focusing on the feelings and focus on the end result. Like you don't want money, you want maybe the freedom that comes with money, or you want other things to buy with the money, but it all comes down to feelings. And I think that like if you focus on feelings and you put feelings first, you're gonna find like a way more fulfilling life, because things, honestly, a lot of the times they seem shiny and sparkly, but they're not that fulfilling. Or if you want to feel fancy, for example, you could find ways to feel fancy or bougie or luxurious in your every single day life without having to wait like 6 months or however much long that you need to save to buy this Chanel bag. Like you can have that feeling now. Like if you want to feel fancy, you can create a nice spa day for yourself. You can create a whole routine and ritual and buy the nicest products and just make it a whole like event, right? So you feel so fancy. Reverse engineer your desires. Like think about all the things that you want and think about what you want to get from this thing. So what feeling do I want to get from this Chanel bag? What feeling do I want to get from getting this job? What feeling do I want to get from all of these things? And then start adding that feeling into your daily life, like, or find other ways to also elicit that feeling. But I would suggest thinking like, how do I want to feel every single day in the morning? Like, because life is not all these big things like, oh my god, I bought a Chanel bag, I got a promotion, I bought like a house, that's amazing. But your every single day life, like how do you want to feel? Like, do you want to feel happy? Do you want to feel inspired? Do you want to feel creative? How do you want to feel, and find ways to get those feelings in your daily life? The next mindset shift is the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. This is so true. Truer words have never been said. I know people have said this quote around, but really it's so true, because you never ever regret a workout. You never ever regret waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning. You never regret eating healthy. You never regret working on your passions, working on your business, but you know what you do regret? Wasting your time. Like that is the biggest freaking regret ever. Is like, imagine in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or when you're at the end of your life, when you're like, whoa, I didn't do anything that I wanted to do. I didn't accomplish my goals. I feel like I still have some stuff that I could have put out there. And I mean, it's never quote unquote too late, but it's like, we only have this one life, right? So we have to be able to maximize it to the most. Like, and when I tell you time is your biggest resource, I'm telling you time is your biggest resource. You don't feel like if you lost some money or you overspent on something, you're like, oh dang, like that kind of sucks. Like I wish I didn't spend that much on that. But when you lose your time, that is something you will never get back. Like money you can get back. Like you can always make more money. We literally freaking print money, but you can never get back time. Like if you are a billionaire or you are a homeless person, you have the same amount of time. That's it. And every single person on earth has an expiration date. They know that they're going to end up going out one day. We all know this. And there's nothing that anyone can do about it. There's nothing. Whether you have $0 or $1 billion, you cannot create more time for yourself. Like, that's it. This is your life. This is your human life. You'll have to make the most of it. And that is the biggest shift when I say the pain of discipline over the pain of regret is like, how are you utilizing your time? If you have all these goals, if you have all these things that you want to achieve and manifest, it's like, okay, but are you putting in the work? Basically, how are you spending your time? You have two things that you can water. You can water the life that you're already living, that's comfortable, that's not terrible, it's not bad, but you're just existing, or you can water your dream life. And every single thing that you do in your life, like if you wake up, every single action, you are watering these two lives. The life that you currently have and the life that you want. If you're waking up every single day and you're scrolling on TikTok for 2 or 3 hours a day, what are you watering? The life that your dream life with all the goals and manifestations, or your current life? Your current life. So you have to be able to live your actions as, oh my God, I'm doing this for my future self. I'm doing this for my future life. Like, we think that we have the time and the luxury to like procrastinate. Like, you know what? It doesn't matter if I'm on TikTok for 2 or 3 hours. I have time. Well, actually, the reality thing, the true reality is that you don't. You actually don't have time. Like, time flies. The older that you get, like the faster that time goes, because time is relative. Like, for example, when you are 10 years old, 1 year is 10% of a 10-year-old's life. When you're 25 years old, 1 year becomes 4% of your life. When you're 50 years old, 1 year becomes 2% of your life. This is literally why people say, oh my God, like time just flies, time just flies. Yeah, because as you get older, you get busier, you have more responsibilities, and actually time is just relative. Like, it's relative to your age. And it's something that like you realize as you get older. So it's like your time is the most valuable asset that you have. We have 8,760 hours in a year. 30% of that we're sleeping, so we have around 6,000 hours to actually do something with our lives. 6,000 hours. What are you gonna do in 6,000 hours? It sounds like a lot, but actually it's like not that much. Like, if you think about like if a person is on their phone for 2 or 3 hours, for 3 hours every single day, that adds up to 45 days a year. Like, mind blown. 45 days a year. How much more could you build yourself up if you had 45 days a year to do something? What could you learn? You can learn probably like a whole language, honestly. You can do so many things. You can learn how to paint. You can learn how to play the piano. You can learn how to code. You can do whatever you want to do. But 45 days, that equals 3 hours a day. Turns into 45 days. So it's like all of these little things that we're doing, like procrastinating and like spending time on TikTok and just consuming. It's like, yeah, it's okay in moderation. Like, we're not robots. Like, we're not meant to be like producing all the time, but it's like really think about how you can get the most done, how you can get the most life out of your life. How can you get the most juice out of your life? Because it's like, this is the only life we have. Like, you better make the most of it. And a lot of times I think people get distracted, or they use social media to numb themselves. They want to escape. They don't want to live in their real life. When in actuality, you have to face your life, face where you are right now, which is fine. Wherever you're at is fine. Like, you can be able to like live in the reality. Like, you need to be able to like be present in order to like change your reality. Like, be in the now, be in the present. What can you do in the next like few days or the next few months to like change your reality? How can you change your behaviors? And I think a lot of times, like, when people get so distracted, they're not even honest with themselves of like what they actually want in the world. And things that really clarified that for me is asking myself this question, like, if I knew without a doubt whatever I pursue I will succeed in, what would I do? Like, if I knew I could not fail, what would I do? And that's like a really good guiding post as to like what you actually care about in this life. Like, what do you actually want to do? That's like abundance mindset thinking, not scarcity minded thinking, abundance mindset thinking. And another question that really helps me is, if you only could accomplish one thing, what would you be the most proud of for accomplishing in the next year? And that also just shows you another way of like, wow, like, what do I actually want to get done? Like, what would I feel the most proud of if I only did this one thing? Like, what would make me feel the most proud? And that will get down to like your truest and deepest desires of what you're wanting in this world. And the first step in like taking action is like having clarity, like clarity on like where you need to go, what you need to do, how you want to move forward, what kind of life you want to live. The thing I'm gonna say is that life is all about learning lessons. I know that people say this to you. It's a very like spiritual kind of mindset to have, but it really is true. What I mean by life is all about learning lessons, life and success is all about like becoming. Right? You don't get self-esteem by having a six-pack or a beach body. You get self-esteem by going to the gym every day and by becoming the person who is able to attain and have a six-pack or a beach body. That's where you get your self-esteem from like following through on your goals, from the process. And what completely shifted my mindset was realizing, you know what, like these goals are amazing, right? Like hitting 100,000 subscribers, making $1 million, like getting abs, doing all these things, that's like amazing. But actually those moments are fleeting. But you know what's not fleeting? Like every single day you showing up for yourself and you telling yourself, you know what, I'm doing right by myself. I'm proud of myself. I told myself I was gonna wake up tomorrow morning and work out, and I did work out. Like that's amazing. It's all about the process. That's how you're building your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your respect, is during the process. And you know what, like that feels better than just like hitting a milestone. Like honestly, so many successful people have said, wow, I think Jim Carrey said this, I wish every single person could have all of their dreams come true so they realize how empty it is. Not that it's completely 100% empty, but it's like we're putting all of these external like motivators on a pedestal. Oh my god, once I get that nice car, I'll be happy. Once I achieve this, I'll be happy. Once I make $1 million, I'll be happy. Once I get 100,000 subscribers, I'll be happy. But it's like you're making yourself wait to be happy for these like fleeting moments in life. Like you can only have so many of these like trophy moments in life, right? How many are you gonna have? 4, 5, 10 maybe? Like when you buy a new house, maybe when you have a baby, maybe when you get a promotion. They're fleeting. So it's like, in my eyes, like not very wise to put all of your energy and all of your pressure onto, oh my god, I'm gonna get so happy when I get this, when it's like, no, you know what's better than that? I was like, becoming the person who you're destined to be, becoming a person who you love to be, like literally waking up and going to sleep and being like, wow, like I'm so proud of myself. I did right by myself. Like I trust myself and I like myself. That's a flex. Literally, that's the biggest flex, is just liking yourself, to be honest with you, being comfortable with yourself, because so many people lack that. And the mindset of achieving your goals and wanting to be successful, yes, have those goals, but pay way more attention on your daily life, on your habits, on who you are becoming, because that's way more valuable. Like that's where the gold is. Also say that when we see all these people create these like big moments in their lives, like winning a marathon, having a million subscribers, having $1 million and earning that, we are only seeing these big results, right? On the outside, oh my god, like this person just randomly did this big thing, but you're not seeing that it is the reason why this person is able to run a marathon is in the compounding habits of their every single daily life. Like it's in the process of becoming that allowed them to win this marathon, to make $1 million. Like it's literally about the process. Like small things make the big things. Your small habits, who you are, how you wake up, how you act, how you talk, how you treat yourself, how you follow through with things. That's the type of person who is able to win a marathon, to make $1 million. It's not like any person just gets up and is like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna make $1 million. You have to change yourself and be the type of person who's able to accomplish that. So when you think about all these big goals, think about the process. What kind of person do I need to become to achieve all these goals? And start turning into him or her. The other thing I'm gonna say about success, about manifesting all of your goals, is half the battle is believing yourself. I 1000% believe this to be true. Literally all you need to believe is to believe in yourself. People say be delusional, do all these things, because it's true. Because if you believe in yourself, even when no one else can't, like does, I was like, you're gonna be successful. Like that's all it takes. And I'm gonna give you an example. In 1954, there's this man, Roger Bannister, who he was the first person to run a 4-minute mile. And before this, people literally thought it was humanly impossible to run a 4-minute mile. Like humanly impossible. He was the first person who did it. He was 1, crazy enough to do it, 2, crazy enough to pursue it, and 3, he actually did it. And after he did it, within a month, 3 other people went on to break that world record. Like to run a 4-minute mile. Before that, for centuries, for all of eternity, no one was able to break a 4-minute mile. And as soon as this one guy did it, Roger Bannister did it, 3 other people within the same like month, the next month, was able to do it. And do you want to know why? It's because it's all about mentality. Life is all about mentality. Humans didn't magically evolve after 1954 in order to like help them be more athletic and be able to run faster. No, people's mindsets about themselves and about the world changed. Like once you believe you're able to do something, you will. Like That's literally it. This is why you see people like Dave Ramsey. He was a millionaire by 26 years old, lost it all, and then did it again. It's easier to become a millionaire once you've already done it yourself, because you already believe in yourself. And at the end of the day, like, you have all these resources like money and like phones and cameras. Like, these are all tools to success, right? But the biggest tool and resource you have is yourself. And successful people know that. That's why Dave Ramsey, like, he made all this money, was a literal millionaire by 26 years old, and then lost it all, and he did it again because he believed in himself. And that's all you really need. And you know what? If that is not key for you to be delusional, to be thinking so big about yourself, and think of your wildest and biggest dreams and think that, oh my God, I can definitely do this. Like, do it. Nothing is stopping you. Like, we need people who think outside of the box, who think, you know what, I can do this. Otherwise, society's not going to evolve. If Roger did not think, oh my God, I can definitely do a 4-minute mile, even though everyone around him told him that's humanly impossible, we wouldn't have had one of the fastest runners in the whole world. Like, you need to be thinking. We need people to think outside of the box and to expand, like, society. First person who said, I want to fly, that person was like a tinfoil hat man. Like, he was probably like laughed at. He was probably like the aluminum man of the whole entire city. Like, he was definitely laughed at until he did it. Until 2 people did it, the Wright brothers. Before that, you're like, oh my God, you are crazy, you want to fly. So if you have any crazy ideas, freaking be delusional about them, believe in them, and believe in yourself. I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.